Right.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of War is Hell, Robots Are Sick. My bi-weekly podcast series where I talk about Gundam. I'm joined, as I sometimes am, by people who don't like me very much. We're going to go around the room and introduce everyone. First, starting with special guest, William. Oh yeah, you're peeking that. You're peeking that, boy.
That's good.
You're peeking, boy. William's our friend who lives currently in Vancouver. He's visiting for a bit. And so last time he was visiting, I was going to film Gundam. But then I did some fucking bullshittery and Gundam didn't happen, so...
I don't even remember, man.
I had to like reschedule a thing because there was like another person I wanted to hang out with, but I could only hang out with
Oh,
them.
I see you sold us out.
Back again, for some reason, my good friend Chris.
Why do I keep coming back to this thing?
We saw Jesus Christ Superstar the other night, and you look like a guy in it.
Sweet.
I'll play a clip later.
Oh, so this is Jesus Christ. I am really quite surprised. You look so small.
Perfect. Oh, yeah. Daniel's here, returning. He was here last week, and now he regrettably decided to come back. That's regrettably for him, not for me. I'm happy when anyone comes back. No. And of course, we've got probably, aside from me, the most veteran member of the Gundam crew. Really should be sitting where William's sitting because of her high stature, her high rank.
Chair.
Rhiannon. It's me. So, guys, what do we do tonight?
We watched lasers and explosions.
And fell asleep during episode 4, but then woke up in time for episode 5.
I was almost falling asleep.
Oh no,
At a certain
people.
point near the end.
Maybe next time people come over, I'll
Hey,
make coffee.
You know what? The drama that we saw. Episode 1 was really strong today. Episodes 2 and 3, I appreciated the tie-in, like the real world tie-in.
Yeah.
To the
But-
final-
Wait, hold on.
That might be it. Yeah, I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun,
whoa,
but
buddy.
because you're a special guest, William, I'm gonna give the first episode to you. So, what happened to the first episode? Oh wait, no! There's one other thing I have to say before. I'm fucking jumping the gun for new guests. William, what is, if any, your prior experience with Mobile Suit Gundam?
You broke William.
So Big Zam's in episode 1.
No, God! William, what's your experience with Gundam?
I've seen absolutely nothing, with maybe the exception of like a friend's brother's models when I was 4.
Yeah.
Like they came to me in a dream, maybe when I was a toddler, and that's it.
Did you know about Big Zam before watching this?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding?
Yeah, of course. The big mean boy. So, William, tell us all about Big Zam while I get hot dogs.
He's big. His name is Zam. That is all.
Zom.
Yeah, they keep pronouncing it Zom.
Big Zam. Oh, the Big Zam, the Big Zam.
Like
we all know.
Z, like I don't know. Is that a long A? It's not a long A. Is that?
I don't know.
I never remember what an. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that is a Zom.
That would be short A.
They say it like it's Z-O-M. It's A-M.
Big Zom.
It's Big Zam. We all know this mostly from the Game Grumps episodes.
Gonna be Big Zam!
You're gonna be Big Zam. Big Zam.
Oh, hey, Big Zam.
He is introduced a couple episodes prior, so I'm told. The first episode I've watched. He is finally introduced in this episode. Is battled in this episode, and they show how terrifying he is because he's voluminous and Zam simultaneously. He then dies, and
That's the end of Big Zam.
that's the end of large Zam.
You got to see his powerful legs.
Yeah, his incredibly long legs.
Oh, substantial Zam has equally substantial legs.
No,
If not more
Big Zam with the
substantial.
big gams.
Oh, I like that. Hang on, I need to consult my thesaurus for big.
Baba Yaga's house.
Yeah, the chicken legs.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got
yeah.
the spindly legs and the big
He
body.
no arms. He's
No.
like
A torso and a head in one kind of blob. I
yeah,
guess.
if you weaponized a clam and stuck it on
and
some
stuck
feet.
legs, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are some
Those are hot
excellent
dogs.
looking hot dogs.
Oh my
Hot
goodness.
damn.
They're the beef
Hot
hot
Zam.
dogs. Beef wieners from Costco. They come in a pack of like 30 fucking 6.
This episode sponsored by Costco. Oh, okay, your sponsors.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this episode's sponsored by my mom and my dad. I love it.
Trust fund kid.
I'm not. Okay, wait. They might be like upper middle class, but fuck you.
So yeah,
Big Zam. Introduced,
Big Zam.
destroyed.
It's the only important part
The
of
end.
the
He's
episode.
done. Nothing else happens. There is no sort of romantic subplot whatsoever involved.
Yes.
Any characters who kiss and one of them gives what's her name, Mirai?
Mirai. Yeah.
A ring or like
his dead mom's
sort of
ring.
sideways confessing love. None of that happens this episode at all. It's just Big Zam. That's all we care about.
Yes. He does the Chad move of like, you shouldn't love me, but here's my mom's ring for you to keep.
It was
when I
cheap.
come back soon.
But it was also my mother's, and I want you to hold this.
For when
I
I
wouldn't
totally
wanna
come
lose
back
it in
at the end of
space.
the episode, 'cause I'll be back.
And I don't get killed
Oh.
by the aforementioned incredulously substantial Zam. I think I've used substantial already. Substantial Zam has equally substantial lady. God damn it.
You fucked up, William.
There's only so many
It's
synonyms.
banned from the show.
God Zam it, I'm Zam.
Slayer also has the great line of "It's not over yet." After which his life is over immediately.
He immediately dies.
Yeah.
This episode, a part I really like in this episode is when Amuro shoves his gun into
Yes,
one of
that
Zam's.
was
Oh,
the big
Zam's
takeaway.
ports.
That is.
He pulls the trigger and then pulls his hand away, and then it just.
Yeah.
And then the dude that climbs out of the ship with his gun and just goes pew pew pew
Stand
pew
on
pew.
his shoulder.
He's
with
like,
his hand,
"Fuck you,
"Ah!"
Gundam."
But he's got one hell of an evil aura, right? He just sort of.
Oh, the
Yeah, he
jungle.
makes
He
makes
takes
like
a
an
look at him, and
evil.
it's like, there's like a Gengar behind him.
He makes like a big evil a vampire appear.
Yeah.
And Amuro's like,
And
"Oh
a
fuck,
big
I'm
bam.
coming, I'm
Big
shitting, I'm crying."
And then, as often happens in the show, they just cut before we find out if Amuro fucking destroys that man or not.
We're assuming he did.
We see it blow up, I think.
You see like a laser beam go through it, and him like.
Yeah.
Missed it. It was very
So what
quick.
was the point of the scary thing in the first? If he's just immediately dead.
Oh no, it's because Amuro is sensing his like murderous intent.
Okay,
with his new type
so
powers.
he's building up to the next episode,
Yeah, it's such a lust for revenge.
which is a great way to
Ooh!
segue into,
Into
the
the
next
next
episode.
Wait, before we move on to episode 2, what did people think of the first episode we watched tonight?
I like Big Zam.
Big Zam was good. It was
Zam out of
kinda
10?
Not much going on other than Big Zam.
What's that, Slager? You want us to talk?
Yeah,
And like the
it's
bit with Slager and Mirai was nice. I think.
Don't care, Big Zam.
Yeah.
I feel like these episodes had an uptick in just like visually being interesting and like,
There's-
being able to
There's a
follow
lot of
the-
lasers, a lot of explosions.
Yeah.
well, and like parts of the animation in this section of the episodes like actually starts looking good. It's a shame we only have 3 episodes left after these ones.
There was that one guy in profile, and it was
Wait.
like, oh, he's drawn well.
Yeah, he's got a. Well, it's because he's just like a jobber on the ship.
Yeah.
And like side guys in the ships always look like fucking garbage, especially in Xeon. They're always like,
Yeah.
Sure!
They all have that sneer. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got the weird
the
faces.
lump approximating a human.
Yes.
the guy who piloted the Zachrelli had like those fucked up teeth. He was always like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna kill you with the Zachrelli." But Daniel, episode 2,
Episode 2,
which is episode
Dos in Spanish.
37.
Which is relevant because of where this takes place.
Yes.
Episode 37. What happens? And
Episode 37.
and who made a big stink about me being a little wrong?
I mean, who is?
We were a lot wrong.
Sometimes.
Only by like several light years.
Yeah. Amuro is recuperating in the med bay after his fight with the general. With this.
He's a zombie. He's a guy.
Yeah, just the guy. He had a name.
He did.
It's
He had
lost
a
to
name, a
time.
wife, a child.
He had a murderous
we don't
intent.
care.
Yeah.
I'll put his name right here.
Right there. Holy shit, how did that appear?
That's right. Yes.
I must be a wizard.
Yeah.
Can you also put in like a mustard stain on your right lapel?
Right here, just like
Yeah,
mustard.
yeah,
On
that-
his
that-
or mine?
No, on yours.
Right. I don't really have a lapel.
I wasn't gonna wait for anyone to correct me on this. Just do it.
Okay,
You
all
have to
right.
put it in
I'm
the
You
not
have to add a lapel
I'm not
and
only
then
doing
add
it-
mustard
yeah.
stain onto the lapel.
Yes.
Adding a lapel, mustard stain. Oh,
Yes.
how embarrassing!
This-
Oh, my God.
man,
How could you do that?
You really
You're
got
such a
all the
slob.
mustard that's on these hot
So-
dogs onto your lapel.
Episode 2, we're talking
Episode
about
2,
This bit has gone too long.
Amuro is in the med bay.
it. You do have notes. You can look at them. Don't
No.
feel like
No.
No, I just
From memory.
yep.
you're like a
No
newscaster. You're very good at looking down and reciting a bunch of shit.
He talks with Frau Bo, and Frau Bo's like, "Man, Amuro, you're like really cool now, but like scary, and like I don't think I can be around you anymore. But I'm okay with it because you're much cooler than me now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Shit, Frau Bo."
Yeah, I used to want your dick, but
Okay.
now with that dick too good for me.
Yeah.
Also, you probably have PTSD,
Yeah.
and that fucked me
I
up.
mean, who doesn't in this
He's
show?
had PTSD
Goddamn.
since episode 1.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to keep killing. I do know.
But do I?
Did he at any point in these episodes count how many people he had
No,
killed?
that didn't happen this time.
This is the last one.
That was last time.
There's been 2 episodes where Amuro, when fighting guys, counts how many people he's murdered.
As
I
he's
think
going.
later
You said
on.
he's just doing the Lord of the Rings bit.
I think
Yeah,
Paula
yeah,
does
he's
that a
New
little
high
bit
score.
later.
There's nothing wrong
Exactly.
with
Yeah,
If you destroy one ship, though, it does still only count as one.
Only counts as
that. Oh.
Yep.
So he's
And then we learn that there is trouble in a debris region of space known as Texas, which is different.
We were promised
I
that
object
we
to
were
actual
promised
Texas.
that it was going to take place on Earth, Texas.
like actual Texas.
If I may,
And it turns out it was
episode
Space
title,
Texas.
Episode title, The Duel in Texas.
Shit.
and
Which
William.
heavily implies, especially about given the stink this guy made about, oh no, only a portion of the show happens in space. This is probably going to happen on Earth.
It's not an untrue statement. The show does go to Earth.
Does.
I
Not
could.
Texas. It's
What I
not
thought
real
was
Texas.
what I thought was gonna happen in this episode is Bright was going to scream angrily because it's the only way he knows how to talk. He's gonna go, "Damn it! We need to fucking refuel and get bullets." And then they go and land in Texas,
Where
and some
else?
guy's like, "Well, how to do there? Welcome to Texas."
So just to recap, that's not what happened.
No.
That would have been a cooler episode, but we watched a different
There could
episode.
have been like a mobile suit with like a cowboy hat and a gun.
Oh,
Remember
I
that
think they all
guy?
have guns.
Remember that guy who taught Amuro karate, mobile
None
suit
of them have cowboy
karate?
hats.
Showed up
Yeah,
for like one episode.
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, there could have been a guy who's like, "I'll show you how to be a gunslinger,
actually-
mobile suit gunslinger."
Hang on a second. Given the nature of this is a battle, the showdown in Texas.
Yes.
The showdown that ended up happening was not between a Gundam and any sort of Texan themed thing.
No, it was,
No,
it was knights, with
medieval
knights with
knights.
swords.
Yeah, it was just straight up
and guns.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a covered wagon and cows.
There was
And a guy
And
with
a
a big
stampede.
There was a single shot of buffalo coming across
just
the
so
middle
you
of
know,
a fight
this is still
scene.
kinda Texas.
Completely unmentioned until then.
No.
And
And,
after.
Well, no, you don't need to say that buffalo are around. Once you see them, you're like, "Oh, there's buffalo here." Like,
Yeah.
William, I don't have to tell you about birds existing outside. If you see them, you'll be like, "Oh, birds."
There's birds outside?
Birds?
What's a bird?
So,
I need a better understanding of what kind of Texas we're dealing with.
Texas!
Space
Space
Texas.
Texas. but like, is it a one-to-one?
It's like
I saw
Texas,
no
but
oil
in
rigs.
space.
I saw no racists. Actually,
That's not
What
true.
if-
That's
what if-
not true.
We haven't gotten to that point yet. That's the
You're
next
jumping the
episode.
gun.
yeah,
That's
that's
a
a
few
couple
episodes.
episodes
So-
down the line.
was
So-
Hitler in this episode?
No,
No, Hitler's like in the
Hitler's
third.
There's in the fourth and fifth.
Yeah, fourth or yeah.
Fifth
All
one, I
right,
think.
Yeah,
So-
sick cameo from Hitler himself.
Yeah. Our big boy.
I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know
a
if
big-
you'll be able to keep that. I don't know how much editing you're doing on this.
I'm not gonna cut out. You
No,
mentioned
no, it's
Hitler.
all
You're not going to cut out the. Okay.
Okay, so we're introduced to the idea of Space Texas. We haven't seen it yet. And then we see Shar, our old hot boy Shar, is like, "Hey, I'm going to Space Texas." And we are introduced to Captain McCuve, who is the smart...
He's shown up in previous episodes.
Okay, he is the smarmiest Xeon guy we've seen.
His head is also
He
bulbous
has
and
a
fucked
weird
up.
bulbous nose and purple hair and a weird
got, like,
smarmy way of talking like
frog.
everyone.
He's got, like, a-
Xeon does.
People talk about like 5 head instead of 4 head. He's like a 19 head.
Oh,
His
yeah,
forehead like
exactly.
goes out of
It
frame.
doesn't just go up; it goes side as
Yeah.
well.
He's like, "Meh." He's like
Yeah.
Brainiac.
Yeah.
He gets-
Like that hat from Jesus Christ Superstar.
McCuve has this genius plan to lure Gundam into Space Texas and then fuck him up when he's on Space Texas.
Because they're gonna make because on the sides and the stations you can like control the weather.
Yeah.
So I think I might have like looked away and missed this line, but I'm pretty sure M'Quve was like, I'm going to manipulate the weather so there's a fucking big like sandstorm so
I
Gundam
wasn't sure
can't
if
see.
that was just a sandstorm or if that was eventually, well, spoilers, a nuclear reactor
That
going
was
off.
my impression.
It was like
yeah.
Well, no,
That it was a
because he
nuclear-inspired
has to kill
sandstorm.
M'Quve to make the nuclear bomb go
Yes.
off. And there's already like a
And then
wind
Char
storm.
sets his off too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the windstorm mostly started up. I thought it was it depressurizing and all of the sand from Texas just like flying up into space.
Well, no, it doesn't. Isn't it like fucking like Amuro can't see well before that?
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I didn't notice it until after.
I might have to lose
Yes.
Gundam points
Yeah.
over this.
stayed
Didn't
there.
you go to Texas for your work?
I went to Boise, Idaho. For my work.
Boise, Idaho. That's
Boise.
right.
Get some potatoes.
Potato capital of Boise, Idaho.
Boise is actually really nice.
Oh, we cut back at some point. Mirai is all sad because her new hot boo Sliger is fucking dead. All of a sudden, he's like, goddamn, that's sad. Hayato is still in the med bay. He's being a whiny little bitch.
Isn't that where he's like,
I'm better.
Let me up.
he's like, this fucking sucks.
No.
I hate this. I want to talk about the cool mobile suit that fights.
Oh, M'Quve's?
M'Quve's mobile suit.
Yeah.
I try to make a note to remember the name of every mobile suit that shows up. I think I was like getting no, I was probably making popcorn when his mobile suit was named. Did you take notes for what his mobile suit was called?
Not
No,
his.
I took notes, but it's Knight Armor Gundam. That's what I wrote down. Because he looks like a Knight
Yeah,
Armor.
he looks like the
Gundam.
pursuer out of Dark Souls.
A little bit. He's not as beefy.
Okay,
as
mostly
Silver.
the sword, or not the sword, the shield.
Yeah, the kind of
the
like-
hefty boy
yeah,
that
yeah.
like flares out at the end.
Yeah.
That shield shoots missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
The fight scenes between him where he's like using his like fencing saber against Gundam, like those are well animated.
That's
Like
cool.
they look
Yeah.
really nice.
It's nice seeing different fighting styles with swords rather than
Yeah, the
just
closest-
slashing.
The closest, like, to seeing a different fighting style with mobile suits we've gotten in the series is that one episode where the guy's like, I'm gonna show you Gundam karate, and then Gundam karate amounts to
Yeah.
just punch him.
Yeah. Just yeah.
I was impressed. You didn't flinch at all.
No.
You were like,
Nerves of steel.
yeah, even though you know I don't have depth perception, I could have easily punched you right in the gob. I really shouldn't throw fake punches at anyone fucking ever.
Char and Lala riding around in a stagecoach because it's Texas.
It's Texas. We get the Stonewall Jackson man.
Yeah, and they're just talking about psychic stuff or new type stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
New
they're not
type.
Is
psychics.
this the
I'm
episode
sorry.
where they introduced the word new type?
Yes.
This is the episode where they just, like, with no build up to
They
it,
just
just
start calling
start
them
saying new types.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I think-
always been this way.
I think there's a single line where somebody's like, they're the new type of
They're a
humans.
new type of human. And
New
like,
type
oh,
of
okay,
human.
shit. All right.
New type.
That's
Fuck
a
yeah.
subtitle
New types,
line
new types.
only.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't voiced.
Perhaps he's one of those new types I've heard about.
No.
Respect to the subs.
Yeah. So Amuro walks into a trap set by our boy M'Quve. They fight for a bit, and then Char gets into his cool new mobile suit.
The Galgoog.
Gilgoog.
Gelgoog, yeah.
Gilgoog. He's like, I'm gonna go keep an eye on M'Quve because I don't trust him.
I wanted to point out, I wanted to talk about, you skimmed over it very quickly, but in the beginning when he gets to Texas base,
Yeah.
they kind of like prepare you for the potential of like a Wild West standoff with the shadow
Yes.
on the ground. He
That
looks like a
shot-
gunslinger
That
like
was
entering
yeah.
a base, and I was like, oh fuck, cool. And then Rhiannon was upset because apparently to get into Texas, you just turn a knob.
Yeah, well, that's poor security. Why don't you have to like buzz in? Why don't they have like a fob? You know?
So he fights M'Quve.
He fights M'Quve. Char tries to get on it for a bit, and M'Quve's like, no, fuck off. I got this. Like, go back to doing your own shit.
My dick is so huge,
Yeah.
Char.
And Char's like, okay, fine. And he backs off. Then Amuro almost immediately kills M'Quve.
He does it in like a really fucked up way where he like, he has his swords.
around his back and is like squeezing them forward.
Count Dooku's his ass.
Yeah, he does.
He's like,
that's right.
do it.
Do it. But then the other psych, Lola, is like,
Don't do it.
don't. He's already dead.
You
Stop.
won.
And Amuro's like, no, I have such a
No.
murder boner, you don't even fucking know, girl.
I gotta kill him.
Yeah.
I don't know, this is some fucking brown girl.
No.
Rule number 1 of Zombieland: double tap.
And M'Quve's last thought is of a priceless vase.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
was.
That was weird.
I missed a few
was that
episodes.
a reference to something?
I'm gonna.
anything.
Listen. I'll scrub through the footy. I'll scrub through the footy, and I will find the scene where he finds the vase and is like, "Give Caecilia this vase."
Uragan, deliver that antique vase to Lady Caecilia. It's very valuable!
Because my implication of that scene is that Mikube's like, if I do real good as a soldier and I give her the sick vase, she'll give me the pussy. That's my thought. Because like a lot of people in the show are trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Frabo's trying to fuck Amuro.
Yeah.
Bright is very clearly trying to fuck Mirai because he's like...
But in like a really negging way.
He's like, Mirai.
Mirai, you seem tired.
Yeah,
Do you need a break?
Mirai, I want you to remember that I'm the only man who will ever be right for you.
I want you.
No, that's not what Bright sounds like. Mirai, I want you to know I'm the only man who will be right for you.
Yeah. You should come talk to me about your feelings as your superior officer.
Alone in
my room. But I feel like Bright's also like got like Sayla. She's like on the back burner, and he's like, if I ever need a rebound.
And then Mariah is trying to get with anybody who isn't Bright.
Yeah.
Or her fiance.
Or fiance. Yeah, I know.
He doesn't like her fiance.
Yeah, just ditch that bitch ass. Yeah, it blows the. That's when we see the big
his
nuke.
nuclear reactor goes off.
And
basically making Texas
Again.
uninhabitable.
Yeah, killing maybe
More
like
so.
40 people. We don't know how many.
Yeah.
They
And
give
50
lip service.
bison, the 50 remaining bison.
Again, yeah, we're not clear on what degree of Texas this is. So it could be 40 people. It could be 40 bison.
They say it's sparsely inhabited at this point because it's an abandoned military base.
It's like in a debris zone. I think
It's
maybe
in the
people live
debris
there.
zone of Texas, they call it.
Yeah.
There might be some former cowhands and a small staff at the colony's management office.
So you're saying then it's practically uninhabited?
Yes.
What if the base isn't even called Texas? The debris zone is called Texas, but just everyone else. They just are like really like, hey guys, the area around here is called Texas. We gotta make the whole inside of our base look like Texas. Fucking throw those cars out. Let's get some buggies.
Yeah.
Covered wagons.
Baked beans line every wall.
I think the covered wagon might be the dumbest thing to appear in all of Gundam.
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
the-
the Jeep later on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
They just drive little dune buggies.
the Texas branding that we see in Texas is, I mean, the environment for one. That's probably the biggest thing. Like the sandstorm is a big deal in the next
like
episode.
And you can see like the jutting.
Yeah, exactly. Those are very nice.
Which could also be Utah. You know, it's not unique to Texas.
Yeah.
Montana as
New
well.
Mexico. Yeah.
And beyond that, we see a covered wagon for one scene.
Yes.
And several buffalo
Yeah.
for about a second.
Yep.
Yeah, just.
Yep.
It's Texas.
And a nuke.
Texas.
And a nuke.
And a nuke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more New Mexico
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuclear testing.
Or Vegas, Nevada.
Then we get to see the Galgoog in action.
That was the next. I think this episode 2 ended with Amuro getting caught. In the
Yeah, it was a
explosion.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
was it?
sort
Was
of
it?
a two-parter.
Yeah, he gets caught in the explosion.
Yeah, because Char does just try to help.
Oh yeah, he covers Lala with his
That's
body.
the beginning of episode 3.
He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, later, you wanna
I
make
got
out? That was episode 2. What did people think of episode 2?
I would have enjoyed it a lot more if Texas was in real Texas.
All right.
I think that's a universal thing.
It basically was. It was like an facsimile of
No,
Texas.
it's not the same.
I think this is where it starts to get really like a little bit repetitive in the way that we're like introduced a new character with a new mobile suit, and then it's like, and then Amuro defeats them.
Yeah.
Then Amuro beats them with some ease.
Yeah, like not
Barely
almost
even
instantly.
tries.
Like,
He's like, oh fuck, how will I ever win? Oh right, I'm a psychic. Pew.
I'm the protagonist.
I got a sword.
Oh man, that's a relevant plot point later
like-
too.
Big Zam in episode 1.
Yeah,
Then
Yeah.
this
Like
guy.
Big Zam, with how much you're telling me they hyped it up, should have been at least a two-parter.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the flaws of the first series of Mobile Suit Gundam is they're kind of confused as to what they want out of the series because they want like to tell like a serious war story where there's actual stakes and tensions and characters can die. Like Hayato said, I'm feeling good about. He's fucking dead.
I mean, it was very telegraphed, but what's his name? Slager.
Slager, yeah.
Slager is
that
like,
was the
Well, I
most
said it's like, oh, well, it's a shame Slager has to die.
yeah.
And like they humanize the villains, like it's on a macro scale. I think it's like a good, pretty interesting war story to try to tell in like a televised anime, especially from like the late 70s. But on like a micro scale, they're also like, but it's an anime for like the kids to sell toys, so we got to have the new robot every
Every week,
episode.
yeah.
Individual episodes are like, are we doing a Monster of the Week show? I think we're doing a Monster of the Week type show.
Yeah, but and sometimes
Gundam.
sometimes they don't. Sometimes like they seem to want to have their cake and eat it too, because they're like, look, there's an overarching plot. But then, like when they fought the Brow Bro the first time, it is very much like they're literally on their way to the overarching plot, and then the Brow Bro shows up like, hello, fight me. Or the Zachrello, it just like he just appears. I mean, they give like a bit of lip service to why he appears, but like they definitely want to do two things at once: tell like an overarching plot about war, and also sell the toys to the kids. So you're just everything you said is incorrect.
This is the part of the show where where I perish.
This is what you get for making fun of me about Texas. You fucker! This is my show. You're in my house.
So episode 3.
So what happened in
So
episode
Rhiannon, episode 3 of Mobile Suit Gundam.
Episode 3 of Mobile Suit Gundam. I like this episode. This is the episode where we get Char and Sayla backstory, which we knew because the episode was titled Char and Sayla.
It was actually like more context.
Yeah.
You have notes. You're a good boy.
I have some horrible notes that I've taken while trying to summarize this episode. So we pick up right where we last left off. Amuro was just blew up. What's his name? Makube.
Makube.
Blew up Makube.
And his unknown named mobile suit.
We never knew it.
How are the preparations going for my GAN?
And so
it's here though. The
there
name
it
is here.
That name.
Holy shit.
I did it again.
That's
guys.
what it is.
I don't know how this is happening.
Oh my God.
Lifting off.
Are you magic?
Lifting off.
No!
Are you a new type?
Yeah, so Amuro.
Yeah. Our boy.
Blew up Makube. Blew up the nuclear reactor in his suit. So I believe in this situation, Texas is currently depressurizing. That's my theory for why there's a big old dust storm.
Hence the dust.
Maybe also a weather trap. It was a weather trap by Makube, perhaps.
Char does make fucking. He's like, hey, get the fuck out of here, because you'll die.
I think it was depressurizing because he says something about like the air's not leaving so fast anymore. Go in this car and leave.
I think it was also because he knew two mobile suits would be fighting, and she would probably get caught in the crossfire.
And she might be a psychic, but she's not immune to fucking giant laser blasts.
Getting
squished by a big foot.
Yeah.
So, Char gets Lala into a car, and he's like, get out of here. And then Char and Amuro fight for a bit. Mostly Char is like shooting him from within the concealment of the dust storm, and Amuro's like, oh fuck, from the front, from the side.
Yeah.
Clever.
He says the funny line where he's like, is there another mobile suit, or is it just Char?
Was Char attacking me from the rear?
That's right. He's like, maybe there's another enemy.
When does Char go, oh no!
Oh no.
Right, I have this in my notes.
Yeah!
It's immediately after Amuro's like, Char's so good!
Char's still so good!
Which,
so good! He says it in a very sexual way. He's like, yes. It sounds like he just got done for having fellatio performed on him.
Yeah, by Char.
By Char.
Yeah.
Do you think Char's a bottom or a top? What do you think? I think Char's a power.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he requires control. I don't think he can give up control enough to be a bottom.
Oh, so you think he's
not
like a
powerful enough to
dom?
be
Do
a
you
bottom.
think he keeps the mask on during sex?
Anyway,
Wait, important question. Do you think he keeps the mask on during sex?
Yes.
Puts on a different sex mask. On top of the first.
Over top of the first, yeah.
Like fucking 50 Shades of Grey where he's got the sex genes. He's got different genes with holes in
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
they're fighting.
Sex genes. Yeah, they're fighting. They fight for a while. Oh no happens. Sure. I believe Amuro manages to damage. He damages
Gelgoog.
And then so Char like flies away and he's like, I'll do a fake explosion. And then Amuro's like, did I really just get him? No way. And Char's like, and then Nathan almost dies. Almost perishes. And
First
then
casualty of the Untitled Gundam
I have to make
show.
sure that the little lock, because the lock will sometimes release if I'm leaning back too much.
Your Untitled Gamer chair.
Sorry, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. I'll sit like this. His legs are lower.
And Char knows that Amuro's like wouldn't have fallen.
Yeah, he's like Amuro's fucking based like me. There's no way.
So Char doesn't know who Amuro is.
He doesn't know it's Amuro.
Yeah, this is an interesting concept.
He's like, it's the Gundam pilot.
He knows he's a new type, but he doesn't know it's Amuro.
Yeah, he knows, but Amuro knows who Char is and what he looks like.
Because he's psychic.
Yes.
Yeah, because they met in the previous episode.
Oh, that's Char. Yeah.
So that fight happens. We cut back to White Base, and there's they're having like some kind of naval battle in space. I remember distinctly there was because I wrote it down. Missiles. They fire the missiles, and they're like, oh no, fire the anti-missiles.
We don't have time. Fire anti-missiles. We don't have time.
And boom.
Yeah.
And they explode.
Yeah, they get fucking owned.
Frau Bo, like, tries to... She's on the comms and she's just like, can't do it. She's just like, I'm so tired. What do you want?
There's a hint that she might be a psychic? She has
No,
she has a
Mirai.
weird line.
Mirai.
No, it's Frau Bo.
No, wasn't Frau Bo like, is Amuro okay? And Mirai's like, he is.
Yeah,
and Frau Bo's like, how do you know?
I just know. I just know.
Yeah.
And everybody's becoming a new type.
There's a new type. Bright does his classic thing of, Frau Bo, I care about you very much. I'm very angry. Go take a break.
Yeah.
White Base goes into Texas because they're trying to pick up Amuro, and
And a guy
Sayla-
named Omer.
Yeah,
They keep mentioning a name Omer like twice in this episode.
Yeah, I don't remember that part at all. But Sayla gets dropped off in her
Little
Jeep to go find Amuro. And before she's like about to find Amuro, but then Char like rolls up and he's like, "Hello, sister.
I've got a gun."
I've got a gun." Yeah, it's very sudden.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. And then that's when we get the funny reactions from Bright, where he hears them. And he's like, "Fucking what?"
Yeah, he's listening to
He
this the whole
hears
time.
Sayla's half of the conversation. He's like, what are you talking about? Who is
And
this?
even though that half of the conversation clearly states what's going on, he doesn't know what's
who are
going
you
on.
talking to? What's happening? I'm so confused.
Brother, it's you. I can't believe it's you, my brother, my actual human brother I'm talking to right next to me here.
What's going on?
Brother.
What could this fucking
Who is
mean?
she talking to? I have no idea.
Who is it? Is it Char? Who is that?
So then we get a bunch of, through this conversation, Char and Sayla backstory.
We
where-
learn like Char's motivation.
Yeah, because like his... I'm gonna have to try and remember this because I have a bunch of words written down. This was a dense, like, you know, there's usually
Cassivel?
not a lot
That's
of
his
plot
name.
going on, and then there's a lot of plot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So wait, Jim Baral, who's supposed to be Rambaral, but they're like,
Rambaral.
Jim Baral told me that Char's dad, Mr. Zeon,
Your father, Mr. Zeon?
Mr. Zeon.
Mr. Zeon of the Principality of Zeon.
He formed it.
He formed it, but he was on his deathbed, and he was like, "Come here, I gotta tell you."
Deadwind Zombie.
That, to the Zombie guy, he's like, you assassinated me, but then the Zombie was like, "No, you want me to be president, sir? Ah, yes."
He said my
by
name
all
because I'm
means.
president.
I'm president now.
You know, that scene gave me a little bit of vibes of Death of Stalin.
Yeah.
It's a great
Good ass fucking flick.
I should really watch it sometime.
Would recommend. Anyway, yeah, and then we find out. Is this the first time we found out that Char's name is Casval and Sayla's name is Artesia?
No, we know Sayla's name is Artesia because he says it all the time.
Yeah.
Like I think when they first in the first batch of episodes when he sees her, he's like, "That could be my sister.
She's
that
too
woman
weak."
was fucking tough.
Yeah.
My sister's a little bitch."
Baby.
I think he calls her Artesia. This might be the first time we learned that his name is Casval, but she might have called him Casval before this.
Yeah, so they have a conversation about that whole backstory. And
Yeah,
then
she's like,
he's-
"You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah, and then Char's like, "I want you off White Base. Like, I'll give you a suitcase full of gold to go back to Earth." And she's like, "No, like, let's talk about this. You're crazy. Why are you like doing? Why are you doing all this for revenge on the Zabi family?" And he's like, "I'm not the brother you knew. I'm a different person. Bye." And he like
Glasses on, glasses off. It's like I'm two different people.
Giving
That's why I
her
put on this
the
mask
chest full
because
of
I'm a
gold,
different
though.
person.
And then I have another
Literally
mask for
said
fucking.
that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. And
Yeah.
he's got a third mask for
For sex, for fucking.
no, he's got a third mask for going to McDonald's.
Oh.
You really dug for that one. You were like,
Fucking
I gotta go
I had to
fast.
think of something.
Should've
There's
went
cameras.
with
I gotta try to be funny. So yeah, so that happens. He leaves.
I want to talk about the weird part of that scene
Yeah.
where he's like, Artesia, let me see your face. She takes off her helmet and he's like, God, you're so fucking hot. All right, bye.
It's very.
You're very bangable, my sister.
And then White Base picks up Sayla and Amuro again,
Yeah.
and then they get the suitcase is floating in space.
Yes.
Suitcase full of gold.
Yes.
With a note for Sayla, and then Bright's like, "What the fuck is going on? I cannot put the pieces together from the conversation I overheard for some reason.
You need to fucking
I
help
don't
me out here,
understand.
Sayla.
Tell me what's in the suitcase." And she's like, "It's gold from Char." And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then
That's stupid.
and then she cries because she's like, "Man, I'm not gonna be able to have a relationship with my brother anymore.
'Cause he's fucking evil.
He's on the other side of the war of me, and I'm not gonna leave."
And I'm mad because I think he's tainting our father's vision.
Yeah.
And also, he thinks I'm hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird. So lots of
You're
things
beautiful,
to cry about.
Artesia. Goddamn. Take your suit off.
Stop that.
No, we know for sure that he doesn't want to bang his sister. He wants to bang another person.
Yeah.
If he makes out with somebody,
Disgusting.
Whoa,
Wow.
yeah, we haven't even gotten there yet.
I'm
Spoilers.
brown.
You're a different kind of brown. That doesn't count.
We don't know what kind of brown she is. She just has a dot on her forehead. That could be anything. Is it? She has bad acne. Psychic
Bad
acne.
symmetrical acne.
Yes, they get back on the base. They get the gold. Braid's like, I'm so fucking stupid.
Oh, poor old Commander Joaquin.
Commandant Joaquin!
He's spelled very weirdly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Dies
happens
in his
right at the end
episode.
there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh, Joaquin. Like, did we ever even see him on screen? Who is this guy?
That's right. That's like the big sting at the end of the episode where they all look out the window and
There's
they
like
see
a
the
destroyed
base.
ship, and they're like, oh, Commander Joaquin.
Fuck.
Is that one of the ships that lava blows up, or did she do that later?
That's I think
That's-
the
that's
fourth
the
episode
fourth
is
episode.
She was on the planet for that.
Yeah.
I think
Char do that on the way out,
Shar's
like,
when they're
Or
leaving the
Makume,
base. Remember, they're like,
yeah.
oh, it's just one Magellan
Time's
class.
up.
No, you weren't supposed to mention it at all. She was just supposed to be gone.
Mention what?
What are you talking about? Chris, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm fucking crazy.
What are you talking about?
You're taking your pills.
I'm supposed to take pills?
You have your brain medicine.
So, episode. Three of Gundam occurred.
Sure did.
It was. What did people think of episode 3 of Gundam? What did you think of episode 3, William?
I mean, it was all right.
Yeah,
I
think
Still
enjoyed.
miffed about the Texas bit.
Yeah.
That's just never gonna go away.
Do they ever go back to Earth and encounter Earth, Texas? That would be the only redemption.
I fucking hope so.
Can we skip to that episode, please?
I bet it'll have him when William's not here, and I'll have to like tell him he'll never believe me, and I'll have to like show him the footage, and he'll be like, I just see a blank screen, Nathan.
Yeah, you photoshopped a picture of Texas on top of everyone's face?
I think this episode does like better than a lot of them. A good balance between the fight and
Explosions and plot.
and
Yeah.
plot.
Yes.
Like some episodes balance like the two elements of the show better, where people are talking and they're also shooting each other.
Yeah.
And some episodes are just like
Some exposition.
Amber's gonna fight that suit and that suit, and these spaceships are gonna shoot at each other. I'm really hoping that in the next series, Zeta Gundam, which is the one we're watching after this, I really
Because
hope,
this show never ends.
I hope that they make the naval, like the space naval combat, more interesting, because it's kind of really boring.
More
to
than
watch.
just pretty lights and
Yeah.
explosions.
Yeah,
It's the
it's-
same thing every time.
There's not a lot of maneuvering. It's all just sort of,
No.
they show up.
Big guns.
There's volleys. Oh,
And, like-
the missiles do or the missiles don't.
The
and then it's
protagonists
over.
win, everything's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little like there's like
Repetitive.
The only scenes where like
Formulaic.
the only scenes where the naval battles are like any good is
Repetitive.
when
Formulaic.
Pedantic, shallow and pedantic.
yeah. So
Repetitive.
episode 4. Chris, my
Formulaic.
buddy, what happened in episode 4?
So, unlike apparently everybody else here, I did not take notes. So this is just going to be a random stream of consciousness.
If you need help,
Hey.
Daniel does have notes.
You've got a +1 on me. I fell asleep.
That's also kind of why I gave you episode 1. I was always planning to, because you're the guest.
I mean, it's Big Zam.
It's Big Zam.
I would have been fine with Big Zam. The 2 Texas episodes, mything but okay.
Yeah.
And episode 5 was spicy, but we'll tease that for later.
Yeah, because they get okay.
So this is when, so who are the Z guys again?
Xeon.
This
You've been in like 3 episodes of the show. You've been here more than once.
So this is when the like head Xeon chick is trying to like doesn't Cassilia. She clearly doesn't like Layla, probably because she's a racist.
Oh god.
Almost certainly. Because
and
I
she's
made
trying-
the joke.
and
I
then-
made the joke that she's racist, and then later she's like, "Your fucking clothes are disgusting."
Yes.
That outfit of hers has got to go. Give the supply corps her uniform size. Tell them it's an order from me. Her clothes are an eyesore.
Exactly. That was actually in episode 5 though that she made that comment.
Shit, I'm skipping ahead.
Again,
But she's clearly trying to replace Layla with this other new type dude. The most chill fucking he shows up and he's like, "Oh, I'm not that special. I just have a little bit faster reflexes." No, dude, you're literally psychic. Oh, if you say so, okay.
And then he reads Giren's mind.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna work with Cassilia. You just fucking read my mind. You're a psychic."
And he gets the old, "You shouldn't read the minds of your superior officers."
His name is Growliable.
Gesundheit.
Shalliable.
Swiss Chalet.
I could go
Repetition.
for some Swiss. But
Legitimizes.
Who has a craving for Swiss Chalet?
I don't know.
You can't get it. It's fucking closed.
God,
It's
you
Swiss
can-
Chalet.
I know.
You can buy-
That might be why I want it.
You can
Life
buy
should
packets
taste
of
as
the
good.
sauce. which
Isn't
is the only
Earl's
place-
just like Swiss Chalet but better?
I've
way
been to
better.
Earl's.
You should go to
Way
Earl's
better.
downtown.
Swiss
It's good.
Chalet is just for like old people who just have like gums and no taste buds left.
They serve 37
After they're
flavors of
done eating, when they
applesauce.
go to the bathroom, there's actually just a pit they fall into and they get recycled into the meat.
So I.
Chalet a full.
Of all the actions that
Shall,
was gonna-
so this is. Anyway, so this is the episode that Shalia Bull goes and what Gundam suit is he in?
It's not a Gundam suit. It's a mobile armor.
A mobile armor. He gets into the mobile armor.
It's called
and-
the Brow Bro.
That's right.
Remember,
the
you made a
Brow
big deal. You're like Brow Bro.
Yes.
Brow Bro.
I'm glad I was asleep for that.
The Brow Bro is cool though.
It was
It's
epic.
Its guns like shoot off from it and
Yeah.
like can like fly around and fire independently from itself.
Anyway, he gets killed.
He does. Very
Which,
anticlimactically.
yeah. In fact, I think it was at the end. It was like, did he die or is he still around?
I missed the part where he died, apparently. Yeah.
Well, his whole ship explodes.
Well, but...
It wasn't clear.
No. Who could have told?
Slayer Law didn't explode. He just got sucked out into space and he was dead.
Yeah. Okay.
This fucking Amro's dead. Gets sucked out into space in the first episode. And he has
He
brain
lived.
damage.
He lived, yeah.
He's awesome now.
He's cool.
He's
I like
fucking
it.
dope.
Yeah. He's fucking insane.
Is this the episode where the mechanics come in and upgrade?
That's
that's the next episode.
reference it at the
Okay,
end.
so
Like,
then this
oh.
is the episode where Amuro
Lala.
starts to complain that his suit isn't responding
Yes,
fast
yeah,
enough,
when he's
which
fighting
leads us to
Brow
the
Bro.
next
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
When he's fighting Brow Bro, he's like, "Damn,
This thing's
Gundam,
it's not responding.
get your shit together."
That happens. God, so much happened in episode 5.
Yeah, like everything.
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
That- by the way-
Everything that could have made episode 4 interesting happens in episode 5.
No. We episode 4.
Lala, we
her
get
new
fighting.
Okay,
She
okay,
blows
yeah.
up like a whole fleet herself.
She gets a
Wait.
new mobile.
Does-
Oh,
So-
right. Wait, was that episode 4?
Is Lala
Yeah.
No.
is episode 4 the one where Lala is basically gets put onto the front lines and
No,
then Shar
because
comes
Lala
in and is like,
goes
I'm
out-
gonna protect you.
Yeah, that happens in this episode because she goes out and she shoots that whole fleet. Is that not in episode 4?
I
was in
thought that was episode 5. I remember
Do
being
they
awake
just
for that.
fight? Daniel, check your notes. Do they just
One
fight the
second.
Brow Bro in episode 4?
Because I think Lala fights in both episode 4 and 5, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do distinctly remember her needing to...
Yes, that's episode 5 when Shark
Yeah.
comes to help her.
Yeah.
Episode
Okay.
4 is when Lala first gets into the Elmeth, her mobile suit, and she
Yeah.
starts fucking shit up all over the place.
Oh,
Like,
she's from a
shit.
distance.
Yes.
Right.
She's hiding behind that rock.
And then Amuro has a weird psychic connection with her. And
Yes.
has a weird vision of her, like, in like a pool of
No,
yellow.
that's episode
No,
5.
that was definitely episode 5.
That's episode 5 when the 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
moment
hell
happens.
yeah.
But I wanted to bring something up about the Elmeth and her hanging out in it in the scene where she blows up all the ships.
Oh, she looks like she
Oh,
comes.
there's that. No, that's also in episode 5. Because Amuro is attacking her with his brain.
Yes.
There's a moment, there's a shot in this episode where a guy is like floating out in space and he's like, okay, I'm coming back to base, and he gets to the door and a beam
And
is
he gets vaporized. Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty epic.
That was good.
It was good. But yeah, I guess episode she attacks the fleet and all Shar does when he's around Lala is go, damn Lala, you're so
dig it.
fucking cool.
dig it.
You're so fucking base, Lala.
Fucking dig you.
I wonder if we'll make out later. Maybe, who could know though?
You're a psychic.
But yes, they fight the brow bro.
They destroy the Brow Bro.
Yeah.
Daniel was pissed that Shalia Bull just gets fucking
He was so
unceremoniously
cool
killed.
And chill and nice compared to everyone else in the show.
Yeah, he just gets murked immediately.
He's even like complimenting Amber, like, "Holy shit, that powder's
This
really
guy's-
good! Like, damn, that's a cool mobile suit."
And then he just gets fucking owned. And Amuro did learn his lesson from fighting the prototype though. Don't attack the front of it, attack
Yeah.
the side of it. That was a nice like little subtle detail they don't like bring any attention to.
No.
Is this all is
I think that's about it, isn't it?
Actually, Shar is my older brother, sir.
Your brother? Shar?
do you have any other notes about episode?
For 4, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 4 was a real 4 was when you fell asleep.
Understandable.
So obviously not a lot happened in it.
So you didn't miss much.
No.
Yeah.
Like how William corpses.
I was just gonna say he's corpsing hard.
It's like when I used to ask Kyle the corpse.
Fuck,
on camera.
yeah.
Wait, you asked people to corpse?
Only Kyle Sanderson. I was like, when these guys are talking, just corpse, and Kyle would just go.
I mean, this has been a bit the whole time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Every now and then I glance over and I'm like, is William alive?
No.
Not inside.
So that brings us to the episode where literally everything happens.
Yeah.
Everything
the
happens.
Spicy one. We mentioned Hitler earlier. That's
in the episode.
So in this
I should
episode,
show that episode to Mikhail.
yeah, he would have some. He would go on like an 800-minute rant. And then he wouldn't finish a burger. Our friend Mikhail can't fucking finish burgers.
That happened one time, and Nate will not let him to the end of it.
Yeah, with our sample size of 1, he has never eaten a burger in his life.
Remember that time that Mikhail intentionally, with you, ate a whole burger just so he could be like, I did it, Nathan!
I know,
Chris,
and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna tell in a joking way. Oh, I'm gonna tell Nathan. He's like, yes, do it. Tell Nathan that I finished. I'm like, okay.
So in episode 5, Shalia Bull is dead, and Kycilia is like, fuck. Now I have to work with that goddamn girl. And then
your clothes are horrible. Get this woman a uniform.
Yeah.
I hate your clothes.
And Char's like, no, but like I tried. They're like, no, Char.
Tell them it came from me.
Yeah.
I don't like this brown girl or her culture. Because I made the joke that Kycilia was racist, and this episode kind of confirmed that she was.
She just is.
Yeah.
Then Giran goes to his dad, Degwin, who leads Zeon, and he's like, Dad, let me commit a space war crime. Because they're building their own solar flare
Right. They're
planets.
evacuating colonies and then carting over solar panels from all over to make this giant solar
specifically
wall.
talking about just not allowing certain groups to reproduce.
Yeah, that's what Giran...
He does a
eugenics reference, yep, and which leads to the Hitler reference.
That's when Degwin Zombie just like, he's like signing
Have you
the
heard
form.
of this historical figure called Adolf Hitler?
From the Middle Ages.
And Giran's like, I think, maybe, I don't know, was he based? And Degwin's like, no.
He's a fucking idiot.
And then Degwin's like, yeah, I'm like Hitler, fuck Team Hitler! Yeah, ooh! And he walks up and he's like, I will show them how the follower of Hitler... Like, I love that he starts saying that he's a follower of Hitler after only having just learned who
about
Hitler is. That's right, he's banned to the Shadow Realm.
I'm Zam.
Gone the way of Big Zam.
I'm doing
Are you doing like special effects?
Oh god, my most of me! Oh!
So,
that was
then
the most drawn out.
So then, Char is like, "Oh right, Lala, you fucking sexy bitch. You're gonna go fight things for real. Don't worry, you can stay behind the Rickdoms." Yeah. She goes out and she shoots like 2 things, and the Rickdoms
like,
are like,
"Oh, you going up in front?
Yeah, you're a fucking badass." Yeah. And they go behind, and
I won't get blown up. You can go get blown up.
Char's like, "What the fuck? This is bullshit. I'm getting in my Gelgoog."
Yeah.
And he gets in and he flies out, and he's like, "You guys are idiots. Let's do this, Lala." Mm-hmm. And then, is that when the mobile suit shows up and blows off the Gelgoog's arm?
Yes.
And then
he grabs onto the
Elmeth.
Yes.
The Elmeth. Yeah, and then they escape. Yeah. And she's like, and this is also where we learned that Char doesn't wear a spacesuit in his mobile suit.
I think that was way back in Texas when we learned that.
Yeah, it might have been. It was earlier on.
Yeah, because he's like
I'm too much of a Chad.
Pride, basically.
Yeah, he's like, if there's a lot of danger, I won't. William, you can. Wait, I'll use a recovery spell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a revival spell.
The spell of healing.
Oh god, my mouth could be a second time.
And he's back.
Hey, what's up, dude? What's up, bro? What happened was she fights and the enemies, and then Char's like talking to his guys. He's like, "Why are you guys bitch cowards?" And they're like, "Dude, Lala's fucking cool."
We're
and he's like, "I do like that you're calling my girlfriend cool, so I'm not gonna court-martial you, but don't fucking do it again." And then they're gonna go fight in the real battle. And Science Man shows up, and he's like, "It's me, Doctor Moss Khan."
Yeah, so this is back on White Base now.
Yeah, back on White Base.
That's important.
You're right. A doctor can appear to either
He's a
force.
Federation scientist.
Yeah, and he shows up, and he's like, "I'm gonna fix your fucking shit, Amuro." And Amuro's like, "You're
weird.
Fuck off."
Yeah. No,
and
I got it.
And let's be clear, he was fixing it by oiling it.
That's the analogy.
Yeah, he says all your parts are lubed up.
He's like greasing it.
Yeah, because it's the magnet stuff, right?
Yeah, he's
what do they call him? A magnetic physicist or something like
Yeah,
that. It was something stupid like that.
Cyberneticist
Oh no,
or
it was an
something.
electromagnetic engineer. That was
Yeah, electromagnetic engineer. He's like the top of his field, maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know because Amuro gave his dad brain damage and now he's a fucking idiot. So he shows up and he's like, Amuro, I did it. It's gonna be infinitely fast. The way he talks about it, it's like there's no limit to
There's
how
no
fast.
limit to it's just as fast as Amuro can be.
And Amuro's like, thanks.
Cool.
He's like, okay, bye.
It's not tested, so bye if you die. Bye.
But he's like, give me the data. I want the data.
Yeah,
You must return safely because I want the data.
Yes.
Not because I want to study it. I'm really into snuff. I need to see these people fucking die. And then the Elmeth and Char and they have a big space battle. They shoot at some point in this episode. They shoot the big spinny bullets, don't they? Remember,
I
they shoot
thought
the
that was
big,
an earlier episode.
the big missile
Yeah,
that I said looked
know
like
the one you're
boarding.
talking about.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that was an earlier one.
But they show up and they're fighting against the white base, and it's just a big space battle.
Yeah.
And Char and fucking Lala go out, and Amuro's already out there fighting people. And then suddenly he starts like laser blasts from Lala start just like hitting ships and fucking them up.
Yeah.
And Amuro's like, where are those coming from? And he looks and he sees like this shimmer in space, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And then literally like the cheapest version
It just shows up.
No.
well, and then the cheapest version of 2001: A Space Odyssey
Yes.
occurs to
Reusing
Amuro.
Oh, that's
Several
what.
times.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of a different moment where
Yeah.
there's just like a
The
blink,
fleet,
and
the
then all of a
fleet,
sudden
yeah.
the fleet is there. In
Yeah.
like a frame.
Yes, I think I was getting something when that was mentioned because I remember hearing it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But then he sees Lala appear before him, and she like grows into a pool of water.
Yeah, it was weird.
And like all this abstract imagery happens, and then afterwards she's like,
And the first place these guys go.
she had an orgasm.
Clearly, that's what happened.
William, do you have a counter point to the?
I mean, people moan when they're in pain. Also.
No.
Not like that.
Like that. Maybe she just had a really nice piece of candy or something.
She's like,
"Mm."
oh, Werther.
Oh man, I love when my mind gets attacked by another psychic. Sorry.
You don't know what you don't.
New type.
Well, Amuro wasn't intentionally attacking her yet.
No, they were just connecting.
He does later. So Caecilia's they're making this plan where basically they're like, the Earth Federation can attack us around these ways, so we need the big solar gun to just fuck them up.
Yeah.
And if they get past this, they could basically just kill us all and they win the war. And that's when Degwin is like, you're Hitler. So they're fighting and they have the psychic battle, and then Amuro starts actually like engaging them. Like he's fighting the Galguga, he's fighting Elmeth, and he's moving around super fast, and Char's like, whoa, what the fuck? And fucking baby girl, homie, the girl, Lala. Lala's also like, whoa, and like she's trying to attack Amuro, but Amuro keeps like actively like psychic blasting her brain, and then the fight just kind of ends.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's about to finish off Char, and then Lala's like, no, stop bullying him.
Right.
You're evil.
You're evil.
Stop bullying
You're
this poor man, this poor war criminal, fucking Char.
They harken to that one line from Revenge of the Sith where Anakin says, "From my perspective, the Jedi are evil."
Yeah, he says, she's like, you're evil, Amuro, and Amuro's response is just, look who's fucking talking, you're with space Nazis. They want to do eugenics.
They're literally space Nazis.
For a second, I thought they were just visually like Nazis, but no.
No, they're actually.
Garen is like, yeah, eugenics is pretty dope, huh, Dad? Huh, Papa?
You're Hitler. Sweet.
Yeah.
Hitler sounds fucking dope.
I'll show you Hitler.
I like how quickly they make like Garen a villain by just being like, he loves Hitler.
It really did come up kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No.
Well, everyone laughed when Dagwood looked and went, you heard about Hitler, son? We got to point out that Caecilia looks like a G.I. Joe villain.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
looks like she's in Cobra.
Yeah, because she got like the
No.
morph suit thing going
That's
on.
Just
Karate
Cobra.
Kid. That's Karate Kid. Is it Cobra?
I think it's just called Cobra. Yeah.
That's the joke.
It wasn't really much of a joke. Jokes usually have build up and then payoff, and that was just, you just said something that wasn't true. That's not really a joke.
Yeah,
It's called being wrong.
Those are frozen. No need to microwave the buns.
Me and you were the only ones who microwaved the buns. Everyone else just ate them.
Wait, they don't eat the frozen buns?
Yeah, everyone else just. Chris, you just ate the cold bun.
Yeah, the hot dog itself was
No,
warm,
no,
so
you won't.
it canceled the two out. It was basically room temperature.
They're not strong enough.
We're back and we're episode 5. She yells at Amuro, and then they just kind of leave, and the battle's just kind of over.
It was kind of an anticlimactic ending, but I did like episode 5. There was a lot that happened.
Yeah, there's a lot that happens. It's visually like really interesting when like the psychic battles start happening.
Stuff.
Yeah, like it's weird. So close because there's only 3 episodes left. So close to the end of the series, you're like, yeah, let's make art.
Let's just make this shit up.
Yeah.
Let's just be weird.
I think if not for how good episode 5 was, this would be like a really like whatever episode series of episodes.
I think it started off slow.
Explosions, Texas, pretty good episode.
Yeah, like I think these 5 episodes could have been 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 Texas episodes did not need to be 2 episodes. They could have been 1 episode.
Yeah, like...
And Big Zam should have been the replacement for one of those.
Yeah, they should have dragged Big Zam out a couple episodes.
Put Char in Big Zam.
I mean, we're probably, like, at a detriment towards Big Zam because it's such a, like, a meme now. Like, you know what Big Zam is and you've never watched Gundam. So, like, when he shows up, like, he's a footnote in the series.
But everyone knows Big Zam.
But everyone knows Big Zam.
That's just because he has such an awesome name.
They've been hyping him up for 2 episodes prior.
Yeah.
Do something with that.
But, like, these episodes feels like they've figured out what they want to do with Gundam and how they want to do it. And then the next 3 episodes, the series is over.
I'm curious to see what'll happen if they'll keep it up.
Well, I know... I have to do research on this again, but I'm pretty sure Season 1 of Mobile Suit Gundam got, like, canceled. Like, they were like, no one's really liking it, end it. And then the toy sales were really good, and that's when Zeta Gundam comes in. Because it goes 79 to 82. So I'm pretty sure the release of the compilation films and the toy sales, or the Gunpla sales, led to Gundam Zeta being made. Because I know that Zeta doesn't like take place immediately after the end of Mobile Suit Gundam, and we follow a different character. Luckily, apparently Zeta Gundam's like one of the best of the entire franchise, people say. So we're gonna go. It's gonna be a real quality spike.
I'm looking forward to this.
I will say this is kind of spoilers, but not really because we got told it. The next episode thing for this episode of Gundam,
the coming up next week.
They're like, guess what, guys? Coming up next week, Lala fucking dies.
And it's like, that's kind of a big spoiler to give away. Like that's a big spoiler to give away when you're trying to get someone to watch the next episode.
Well, it's not just that. There's also a kiss.
That's right.
Her and Char. Now, what do you think? Who do you think? Do you think it's a mutual kiss, or do you think Char kisses her, or she kisses Char?
Oh, Char kisses her.
He looks like he kind of has her against the wall, kind of. Like,
no, she's not.
Internally, well, internally, I love it if it was a mutual kiss.
Well, they're just like, let's fucking.
I think she might take the initiative here because she's the psychic, right?
Oh, you think she might psychically make him kiss her?
Well, no, not psychically make him kiss her, but like.
Oh,
if you're
she'll
like,
read
I want
his
to
mind.
kiss you. Do you want to kiss me? But I don't want to ask. Oh, I can read your mind. Oh, they want to kiss me. I'm gonna kiss you, and then it makes you seem like.
Do you want? Wait. You won't be here, but do you want to put Gundam points on it? You have 100 Gundam points. By the way, whoever has the most...
Bet it all.
Whoever has the most Gundam points at the end of this entire series gets to punch me in the face.
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit.
That's what...
Well, very clearly, I have to do all or nothing.
All right, you're betting 100 Gundam points that she kisses him.
That's correct.
Okay, we're locking it down.
It's our lock of the week.
But overall... It doesn't feel like we're getting near the end of a series.
No.
At all.
It's just ramping up. Like,
with this, the whole
the end of the
eugenics
second act.
and really hardcore, hefty enemy stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like we're supposed to
be mid-season.
Yeah.
Or at least like the beginning of the third act. Like we should have 10 episodes left, not 3. Which means next week's episode is going to be a short viewing time because it's literally it's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So William, your first experience with Mobile Suit Gundam, what did you think? I'm gonna bass boost the fuck out of that, dude. It's gonna be fucking unpleasant.
Hell
What did you think of Mobile Suit Gundam? The 5 episodes towards the end of the series that you watched.
I didn't know what to expect. The curve of what was interesting, kind of like a big ol' U, Big Zam, the meme, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
Then just gross disappointment through Texas into actual slumber. And then some really interesting stuff going on at the end. Like I was
It was quite the
genuinely
roller coaster
invested
ride.
by that last episode.
I will say Gundam kind of does go like this. Like Chris has been here for more episodes, and I think you could agree. Episodes are either good or they're like boring as fuck.
Yeah,
there's nothing
or it's
in between.
snooze.
Yeah, you're either like, oh, sick, either dumb shit or cool shit's happening, or just actually nothing.
Yeah.
Daniel, what do you think? You've watched 10 episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam.
I know, I am a pro now.
What do you think of it? What do you think of the show?
This was an improvement, I would say. This bundle of 5 episodes, maybe just because I'm more invested in the characters, because I've seen them at all now, as opposed to last time. Like, yeah, these guys,
Yeah,
okay.
Amuro, I guess.
Yeah, sure, Slager, okay. That was sad.
But what would you, like, you gotta think, I think you gotta think of yourself as being a kid in the late 70s. I think this would be, like, a really cool, like, it would be one of those shows where you're like, some of this is going over my head, but I can tell that like there's stuff in this. Like if you were like 13 and watching this, you'd be like, this is about something, but I'm not 100% sure what.
But there's cool explosions and shit.
I feel like I wouldn't be as into it just because there isn't as much variety and that it's just like explosions and like swordy stuff.
But it's the 70s.
Yeah.
Shit sucks.
I know.
Animation sucks still. It hasn't gotten good yet.
No, we haven't.
MD Geist hasn't come out.
We haven't gotten to Naruto yet.
That's right. Chris, you've watched 15?
Yeah, I feel like I've been here for about 3 of these.
Yeah, what do you think about Mobile Suit Gundam, the original series?
There is a large gap in what I started watching to now, so I don't really know what happened in that gap. But no, it's all right. I'm sort of the same the same opinion that we sort of went down a little bit and then started picking up towards the 5th episode. But
I'm really hoping that the last 3 episodes are all up. They don't go down at all, and like the first series is gonna ends on a high note.
I honestly don't see how you could. You have to cram a lot of stuff into 3 episodes. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Or write your way badly out of it.
Or or just end it.
Yeah, because I know, like, maybe I could see that Amuro has his big fight with Char, and then when he beats Char, he turns around, and the Earth Federation is like, we also won the war behind you. And Amuro's like,
And we're done.
Do you think turning Char is going to be a thing? Like, bringing him back to the good guys?
There's a movie called Char's Counterattack, so I'm not quite sure about that one, champ.
Shit.
I think him and Amuro have one fight where they're on the same side once.
Oh wait, no, that's that movie where they end up fighting in person, Amuro and Char, right? And Char cuts off his hand and then is like, "I'm your father."
That's it. It's Untitled Gundam Show, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks.
Speaking of like ending things abroad.